Hello, my name is Jennifer Coit, and this is my video summary for chapter 16 to 22. Temperament is a compelling subject of study, particularly given the various outcomes produced by different environmental variables. A child's temperament is contingent upon several factors, including their immediate surroundings, upbringing, and the influence of key adults. According to Smith and Hart's 2022, temperament is defined as a constitutional-based individual differences in emotion and self-regulation visible in early childhood. It is often viewed as a continuous interplay between nature versus nurture. When discussing temperament, we typically categorize observations into two particular categories, primarily subjects. Negative emotion includes moods such as anger, distress, sadness, irritability, or fear. Positive emotions encompass states like happiness, pleasure, and euphoria. To measure these traits, researchers often rely on parents as primary resource, utilizing surveys and questionnaires. Additional temperaments can be assessed through direct clinical observation in classroom settings. While temperament has a clear biological basis, learning behaviors and observations are highly influential. As children mature, they develop strategies to regulate both positive and negative emotions. I find this particularly interesting because I have a 7-year-old daughter and an 18-year-old son. Although they were raised in very similar environments, their temperaments are remarkably different. This has helped me understand how distinct internal and external factors shape individual development. This chapter explains how gender role play can influence a child's development. The toys and activities children engage in often shape their interests and behaviors. By around age 3, boys tend to participate more in aggressive, rough and tumble play and gender-based sports like football, which can reinforce traditional masculine behavior. Girls are more likely to engage in pretend play, such as playing house or caring for dolls. According to Smith and Hart, children who participate in strongly gendered play may develop related career interests later in life, with boys leaning toward roles like scientists and ship captains, and girls toward careers like florists or hairstylists. I see aspects of this in my own home. Our son was encouraged to play sports, while our daughter is encouraged to pursue arts, acting, and dance. And she tends to be more creative and traditionally girly. However, playing sports does not prevent boys from wanting to be dancers or florists. Modern society is far more complex than traditional textbook examples. Career choices today are more influenced by financial stability and social media, where influencers play a large role in shaping children's interests. Growing up, many jobs were seen as strictly male or female, but even when I saw women in New York City breaking into male-dominated spaces like the rap industry. As a biracial adult who grew up in a mixed household, I found this chapter especially interesting. It suggests that children perceive racial differences at an early age, and these early lessons shape their behavior. Race is often discussed in terms of minority and majority status. In the United States, white individuals are typically categorized as majority, while black individuals are categorized as a minority. My personal perception is often that the world is much more diverse. Prejudices significantly influence how children view other races and their own ethnicity. Being Polish and Irish on my mother's side and African American on my father's side, my siblings and I have olive skin and thick curly hair. Growing up in a generation marked by racial tension, I observed that children largely learn prejudices from the adults around them, which we seen in our childhood. We see this today on social media in debates over cultural appropriation, such as arguments regarding hairstyles. Unfortunately, we live in a society where children are often taught to fear the other, whether due to immigration policies like ICE raids or global conflicts. One major point in this chapter was the promotion of maternal employment. Providing care for children under 5 who are not yet eligible for elementary school is essential for promoting a healthy work-life balance for women. However, the socioeconomic class remains a significant barrier. Disadvantaged children often lack the resources available to those in the upper class. Childcare is incredibly expensive. Before my daughter started school, we struggled with the cost of early enrichment. Even as a upper middle class family, the prices were daunting. My sister, who lives in New York City, pays over $4,000 a month for an enrichment program for my nephew. While programs like Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, TANF, TANF, and Head Start exist, they are often underfunded and cannot serve every needy family. Bridging the gap between education and income is vital so that no child is left behind regardless of their family or financial status. The school environment, particularly during the highly moldable stages of elementary school and middle school, is pivotal in shaping a child. 3 specific child level factors are essential. The pro-social versus aggressive behavior. Pro-social behavior involves voluntary acts that benefit others, like sharing. These children form healthy relationships easily. In contrast, aggressive behavior like hitting, teasing, or bullying leads to social isolation. Sociability versus withdrawn behavior. Sociable children seek interaction and possess a sense of belonging, which facilitates learning. Withdrawn or shy children may struggle with expressing their needs, which can hinder their academic progress. Self-regulatory versus deregulation. This refers to the ability to manage emotions amidst changing circumstances. Children who lack these skills often manifest their internal frustration as outward aggression. While sports are an excellent outlet for energy, they can also have negative impacts. The pressure of organized sports can be grueling. When parents or coaches push a child toward a professional career at a young age, the stress can become overwhelming. Pushing for greatness in football or basketball can make a child overly aggressive or lead to poor sportsmanship if they cannot handle the loss. Similarly, in high-pressure environments like ballet, may often grow to resent the activity once it stops becoming fun. If a child struggles despite their best efforts, it can damage their self-esteem, leading to social withdrawal. To conclude this presentation, we will examine Chapter 22, which explores how children come to know God. Speaking from a Christocentric perspective, I view God as an infinite creator of all things. I propose that we are born with an inherent awareness of his existence, even before we have the words to describe it. Some of the core ideas from this chapter are innate connections. While God is complex and multifaceted, our connection to him begins at birth. We possess an intuitive understanding of our Creator, which precedes formal language. Natural growth. As a child develops, their natural curiosity leads them to seek out and organize knowledge about the divine. The preparedness hypothesis. This scientific theory supports the idea that the human mind is hardwired for an awareness of God. It suggests that religious beliefs is a natural byproduct of how our brains are designed to function. Thank you.